implement the order in a professional, organized, and timely way, according to the State Department spokesperson Heather Nauert told Bloomberg News. But language in the court in the order may only contribute to confusion this time around, and some say, legal experts, by carving out an exception for travelers with bona fide relationships to people in the U.S. The revised ban could be vulnerable to endless legal challenges. Folks, it's not easy trying to keep our country safe these days, especially when you have activist judges that feel that in some way this is unfair to people trying to just come into our country. Folks, it should not be that easy post 9/11 for sure, and especially coming from areas that we know are hot havens for terrorism. It's to take a chance. Nobody really questions TSA anymore. You take your shoes off, you spend that extra time in line. Nobody really liked it initially, but now it's just standard protocol. Fielding people to come in from terrorist countries that have terrorist ties are going to be under more scrutiny. It's just how things are going to be done. But it's so strange now that America is trying to protect itself and its citizens. What is so wrong with that? But I understand. I get it. If you're a Muslim, I get it. If you're coming in from one of those Sudan, it's one of those places, Iraq, whatever, and you're being looked at and you're being scrutinized, and just understand that it's nothing personal. It's just because they're just wanting to make sure that we don't have somebody that means ill will towards our country. They're just trying to keep us safe here in our country, what every country should be doing. But it's so odd because really these things should have been a no-brainer to begin with. It's just that the Obama administration was so lax, he didn't do these things. But we have to keep this in front of the American people to know why this is happening, why we're doing it. A lot of people forget about 9/11. A friend of mine who owns a station in Ocala, Florida, is in New York City on vacation. And he sent me a photograph of the New World Trade Center, the large building in Manhattan, along with other structures, et cetera. It's beautiful. But for me, being a New Yorker, there was nothing more beautiful than the Twin Towers. I would have rather had them there right now. And to me, I've had friends that were lost there. To me, remembering and never forgetting lets me know that when Trump wants to do a travel ban, but by the way, it was just for 90 days, but putting protocols in place that really, truly protect our country from something like this happening again, I say go for it. What country would not want to protect itself from eventualities? Look what Israel does. Israel builds a big wall. I want to talk about a wall. The Vatican builds a big wall. A big wall. You ever been to the Vatican? All right. They build it for protection, to keep bad people away. A country without borders is not a country, folks. It's just the bottom line. Immigrants get upset because they think it's anti-immigrant. I think that communication could be so much better in some respects when they roll these things out, where it could be a really nice speech. And Trump has alluded to it in some stump speeches to let people know that he loves immigrants and they do a great job, but he's not, there to condemn. But one specifically for this particular thing, to explain to the American people why it is that he is so adamant about this, so adamant about it, and then put the video on Twitter and put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook, telling people that don't be offended from this. I'm just trying to protect our country. And that is what he was to do anyways, to solemnly swear that he would protect this country from threats foreign and domestic. That's what the president's first job is, to protect the American people. And he needs to communicate that. The communications department needs to do a better job, more effectively communicating that point to the American people. Effectively communicating. I mean, these people get paid big bucks. They got these journalism degrees. Then use it to your advantage. Put it in the teleprompter for Donald Trump to read. Put a great speech together. It could be Ronald Reagan-istic to get people on your side. I think when you intelligently communicate things and you hammer it home as to why it is and make a big deal out of it, and then the backdrop, you could have minorities from Muslim country, Spanish, you could have people from all walks of life behind you. And basically, it was really reminiscent of Trump going on all over the United States. But I'm just saying, really, you could really doctor this up really, really well. I just think that it would go down a lot better for people that are perturbed by all of this stuff, especially a lot of these judges that think, again, it's anti-immigrant that he doesn't like, or anti-Muslim. Problem is, folks, that if you're listening and you're Muslim, or you're just sympathetic towards Muslims, it has nothing to do with them specifically. It's a religion that ISIS is exploiting. They're not using Christianity. They're not using Judaism. They're not using Hinduism, Pentecostalism, Methodism. They're not using these particulars. They're using the Muslim religion, and they become Islamic terrorists. What is wrong with a president doing his fundamental job and best to protect us at night when we are sleeping? You'd be really surprised to know what happens at night when you sleep in your community. If you would talk to local law enforcement officials, especially in the bigger cities. I'm privy to speaking to people that are in law enforcement. They don't share everything because they're not supposed to share everything, but they'll share information about things that have happened overnight that don't make the paper, okay? And the reason a lot of this stuff doesn't make the paper is because it would scare the living crap out of people. They wouldn't want to come out. All right? A lot of bad things happen around our country every single day. You can pick up any newspaper in any city. People get shot, accidents, all sorts of things, but trafficking, drug overdosing, mass murder. I mean, just crazy stuff. But, folks, you have to be proactive. You have to think ahead. It's why you have the CIA, the NSA, you have the FBI. You have all these agencies that work overtime with local law enforcement officials to make sure that nothing bad happens to you. Shut down. There's been tens of thousands of thwarted terrorist attacks against our people because we have surveillance. And don't forget, folks, there's thousands of ongoing investigations in all 50 states against ISIS sympathizers in our country right now that hate our country, that live amongst us. They're here. They live here. And they're watching them, and they can't watch all of them. Folks, America's always had people that have not liked America, that hate us. But it seems like it's increasing, that's for sure. We have to protect our democracy. Yes, with this rushing meddling, that's a big concern for me. It didn't stop people from going to the polls. They voted. I'd be curious as to what extent exactly what it meant. Computers, influence, money, brainwashing. I don't know what it to what extent what it is. I don't know. That's why they're trying to get to the bottom of it in these Senate committee hearings and these investigations, these probes. But thank God now, lately, it's not on Trump. It's not on him with collusion. It stopped, didn't it? Finally. Now we can start talking about some of the most necessaries in our country and some of the most fundamental things that we should be talking about, and about how we can prevent attacks. And how about preventing cyber attacks? Now, computers around the globe, were hit by ransomware cyber attacks yesterday, weeks ago, months ago. Remember asking for $300 in ransom dollars? Phosphorus founder Gregory Keeley discussed how to protect your computers from cyber attacks such as this. People need to get off their butts and start to patch and look for their endpoint security, Keeley was telling Fox Business Network. Maria Bartimeau said, according to Keeley, consumers need to be aware of the devices in their household that could be at risk for potential cyber attacks and secure them. This is kind of interesting. He says, you look at a household right now, a general household, it's not unusual for it to have 20 or maybe 30 internet devices. And those devices are made with no secure back end. So people aren't patching and they're not protected. Folks, you have to protect yourself at home. People eavesdropping when Samsung had some listening device in their built-in where they could actually, with cameras, be able to look or listen for whatever reason, collecting intelligence or information. Folks, it's come down to cybersecurity, looking into how you can put firewalls up, encryption on your programs, even your personal stuff, folks. There's somebody next door that can hack into your Wi-Fi, get into your personal computer, and get into your financials. This is no joke, folks. They can hold you ransom, too, and they're doing it all over the world. Whether it's the Russians, the Chinese, there's people out there that are trying to get into your computer. So the bottom line is look for some encryption. Look for somebody to be able to help you understand what you have to do to protect yourself. It's important. It's just one of these things, folks. We love the technology. We're dependent upon it. But you're going to have to look out for yourself, even your home computer. Even if you're not a business person, your financial information, remember every stroke of the key, you put your social security number in, your bank account number, your credit card numbers, they're there, and they're there for them if you don't protect it.
Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities